Saxophone, take one. Say, hey guys. Hi guys. What's up?
We have another special guest with us today that will be roaming around. So if the phone gets knocked over or you hear random sounds, that's what it is.
Okay, today we'll be talking about the saxophone. To start us off, is there anything you'd like to tell them about the saxophone?
Sure. The saxophone is very similar to the clarinet. They're both very similar members of the family. And so there's a lot about them that is set up the same. For example, they have a reed. So if you remember back to the clarinet video, there's a reed that you put in your mouth for a long time, and then you put it onto the mouthpiece. We've already done that to kind of speed things up a little bit. It has a lot of different keys and buttons on it that you push down to make different sounds, and we're going to learn how to do that eventually. Today we're not really going to talk about it a lot. The size is a little bit bigger than the clarinet. You also notice most of them are a different color. They're kind of this brass gold color. The shape is a little bit different as well. And so from there, that kind of gives us an introduction. We can start talking about it a little bit more.
Now, how do you play the saxophone?
Okay, so yesterday, or the other day, we talked about the trombone, and we tried to say, well, you know, everybody doesn't have this instrument at home. Set that down for just a second. But there are some things that you might have at your house. For example, we talked about having the tube, the pipe for the trombone. What we have here is a simple, easy McDonald's straw. In fact, we just ran over there this morning and grabbed a couple of McDonald's straws. The reason I like their straws is they're a little bit bigger, so they make what we're about to do a little bit easier. And if you'll notice, what I did is I took the end of the straw and I kind of chewed on it like this. And I'll get it really close and you can kind of see what I did here. I just kind of flattened it out a little bit. And if I take the straw, I'll put it in my mouth, kind of a little bit farther, and blow on it, I get this. Or see, there's a whole bunch of different sounds you can get. You want to try it out? So based on how far you put in your mouth, you get these different sounds. So one of the keys to being able to play one of these reed instruments is to get that sound right there. The straw is acting like what the reed will sound like on that instrument. So if you want to grab you a straw and try it out, if you can't get a sound at all, there are lots of different things you can do. For example, it might be that you have pinched it too tight and you need to open it up a little bit with your teeth. It might be that you have too much in your mouth and you're just getting air, and so you need to pull it out a little bit. You might be getting barely any sound because you don't have enough in your mouth, so you need to push in a little bit more. You'll do the same thing with a saxophone. Yeah. She's talking on the cell phone, also known as the metronome. So give it a try and see if that's something that interests you. Now, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the saxophone. Because it is a little bit bigger, it has a neck strap to hold it up, to not put so much pressure onto your hands. We'll put it down right here. Kind of clip it in. And almost the exact same thing we did with the straw and that we did with the clarinet, we're going to do with the saxophone. We're going to try to protect the reed from our teeth. So we're going to slightly roll them in, just a little bit like this. Kind of roll our lips in just a little bit and set them on there about halfway onto the reed. And then we're just going to blow on it. Without pushing anything down. Give it a try. Okay. Spread your knees apart a little bit. Pull it up to you. Good. Try to give it a nice long sound. And that right there is how you get a sound to come out on the saxophone.
How do you get a saxophone?
Thank you.
How do you get a saxophone?
Okay, so like we have talked about in every other video, there are some nice deals at pawn shops. Now the saxophone, there's not as many good deals. The pads start to wear out over time, And so if it's an older saxophone, more than likely it's going to need all new pads. That's hard to tell if you have never played on one before, if you don't know anything about it. So that's where I come in as a resource to you, to make sure that you contact me through email, dedwards@southpoint.k12.oh.us. And if you have some pictures that you want to send me or text me, I can get with you about that. Pawn shops are not the best option. There are, every now and then you might get lucky, but for the most part, they're going to be pretty used and need quite a bit of work to get them in working order. The best option for you to do is probably the rent-to-own program through Music and Arts. And if you wait until school starts, we have them come in and they can show you. You pay a monthly payment for a brand new, really nice quality instrument, and then after you make those monthly payments, after a while, you own the instrument. There are some online deals. I strongly urge you, don't go out and buy whatever you see online without talking to me first. If something looks too good to be true, it definitely is too good to be true. With the saxophone, these keys bend and have problems over time not covering the holes all the way. I would say I work on a saxophone more than any other instrument, maybe the flute, with something being messed up on a mechanic because it's a poor quality instrument. So please make sure that you contact me before you buy anything and let me help you to get a good deal on that. Okay. All right, so for our last deal here, we have been playing a little song for you. And so we practiced the saxophone for the first time, Casey did this morning, and we have a little song we're going to play for you.
These right?
Hold it up there. We're going to go down one here, there, and this one comes up to here. Good. You want to play one too?
All right.
Okay, you can play it in just a minute. I want you to turn around and wave at everybody. Hang on, we're going to move you over for just a second, and then we'll have you come in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Very good. Now we're going to bring one of our special guests in. We're going to have her kind of scoot back a little bit so we can see. And she's going to conduct and keep us in time. You ready? 1, 2, ready, go.
I'd like you to like and subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of our newest videos. Bye, guys. Say bye. Bye.